following is a presentation of GRS-TV.
We set the bar high. On top, cause we so fly. Name in the bright lights. Looking like a star shot. We set the bar high. On top, cause we so fly. Name in the bright lights. Looking like a star shot. We set the bar high.
A loss last week has both the Pirates and the Patriots hoping to rebound tonight as District 9 6A still wide open. A win would get both teams back into playoff contention. From Homer B. Johnson Stadium here in Garland, it's Lakeview, Centennial, and Wylie tonight. Thanks so much for being with us. My name is Scott Garner, joined tonight by Bobby George. And these two teams hoping to get back on track. They stubbed their toe last week. Lakeview Centennial, a team that came out, one of the better teams in the district. They lose to Naaman Forest. Now they're in fifth place at 1-1. They were plagued by 3 turnovers as you see Kendall Miller there really concerned about getting Kamara Wheaton, their running back, going tonight.
Yeah, I mean, last week they came into the game against Naaman Forest putting up about 700 yards per game, and they came out of that game where that Naaman Forest defense just came onto them and they stopped Kamara Wheaton. He wasn't able to rush the ball like they thought. They weren't able to throw the ball. So you're going to wonder if, Wylie watched that game film and figured out some things how to stop this offensive team. Now, the big difference here, obviously, is Lakeview has some huge size advantage on that defensive line.
And a fair catch by Adrian Bryant on the opening kickoff has the Wylie Pirates at 1st and 10. Wylie ends up winning the toss, and they elected to receive tonight. So we'll get a chance to see the Pirates under Marcus McElroy, who is their starting quarterback, but this is just the second game he will have played so far this year. He was unavailable the first 2 games.
He's dangerous at running, and he really can throw the ball really fast and on a dime, so it'll be fun watching him.
Defensive end jumps, and McClendon got yanked down by the shoulder pads after getting a couple between the tackles. Let's check out the penalty.
Joseph Armstrong.
Well, I thought it was a
offside.
Face mask.
5-yard penalty. Still first down.
It looked like a face mask from up here, but obviously they got him by the shoulder pads and ripped him down. Let's see if we can catch it right here. Oh, yeah, I just got inside that collar. Look at that. Look at that right there. Boy, great film work.
So after the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5 with Marcus McElroy, again, trying to get this team back on track. They fake the counter and throw the out as they get it to Blake Fuller for the first time tonight. He's got a first down in a nice 15-yard gain.
Pass is complete to Blake Fuller. Picks up first down.
Just a nice 5-yard out. Great protection. And again, just put it right on the money. Let your athletes do the work out there.
So 1st and 10 right at midfield for the Pirates. They faked the counter the first time, run it this time, give it back to DJ McClendon, and this time he's dropped for a loss. They got the nose tackle, Nick Calais, making his first stop of the night.
Looked like they got a little confused if they were going to pull it or keep it, and luckily the ball didn't land on the ground. But well, those are some big defensive linemen in there, and it's going to be a tough night running between the tackles. You see, they run a 4-3 defense here.
They do, and they show blitz, bring it, quick pass again, this time Pruitt, and Cameron Pruitt able to make the grab, move the sticks, pick up 12.
Well, I guess that's how you stop that blitz, is you toss it out there to Pruitt and make them pay.
Joseph Armstrong on the stop.
1st and 10, Wylie.
So Wylie moving. And something that they really struggled with last week, this Wylie Pirate Ball Club averaging about 282 yards per game. They run it for roughly 158 a contest. First down, pressure from the edge, one-on-one, and a little bit too far.
Pass down the sideline is incomplete.
Trying to hit Carter there on the edge. Wright was in coverage.
Defending on the play for
Yeah,
Lakeview.
Zevon Wright does a great job staying with his man all the way down the sideline because McElroy puts that ball right where you can catch it. I mean, it's right on stride.
10 yards to go for the Pirates.
Just great coverage.
Run the fly. How do you like the way they're really trying to stretch this Lakeview Centennial defense to start?
Well, I think it's a smart idea. I mean, you got guys that can really get to the quarterback here, but when you get the ball out really quick and give him a little protection, it slows that rush down.
Little read option, and they get maybe one, possibly two. McClendon again with the carry, and you could hear one of the coaches say, hey, rip that ball out.
Making the tackle for the
Nwosu
Patriots,
with a stop.
Joshua Nwosu with help from Nicholas.
So no gain there, and that was one of the keys coming in, Bobby.
10 yards to go for
This
Wylie.
Lakeview Centennial team wanted to get Wylie behind the chains.
You'll see Nwosu a lot tonight. He's that outside linebacker, and it seems like he's always on every tackle.
3rd and 10, they pick up the blitz, going to roll McElroy out to the left, trying to juke two guys, split a tackle, but he's short of the first down, gets 6.
You see big John Brown, a 5'9", 255-pound senior there, coming from the inside tackle, chasing his guy all the way out there, and then he gets to pay off getting to that quarterback. Just a nice effort from an inside tackle defensive guy.
4th down and short, and Wylie's going to go for it.
And why not? You know, you're inside right here. If you punt it, it might go into the end zone. You won't really benefit too much.
Everyone bunched to the line of scrimmage, and this time McElroy being chased, throws on the move, desperation toss, overshot McClendon in the flat. If he'd have put it on him, he'd have had a chance to move the sticks, but Lakeview Centennial holds.
Yeah, they send a nice blitz from the outside edge, and McElroy just doesn't have any time. He sees him coming. Now he's got to try to outrun him. And boy, it's just a hard throw. He's just got to get it out there the best he can. And I don't know, even if it was right on the money, it would have been one of those great catches to be able to drag a foot to keep one in.
It'd have been tough. You know, Wilson and Iwana are the two big defensive ends that they were really concerned about coming in.
And why not? They're huge. I mean, there's some big guys that, like you said last week, they might be one of the two tandem defensive ends, the best ones in the division.
Kamara Wheaton getting past the line of scrimmage and then tracked down from behind. Well, this Wylie Pirate defense wanted to get after it. Michael Kerr, Mike linebacker, ended up making the stop.
You know, they had a lot of success, the Patriots did, when they had Dunstan back there running, being the running back. But when Kamara Wheaton comes back into the game, Dunstan goes out and becomes a slot receiver there. And they have a lot of talent, a lot of speed, so we'll see if they can utilize it.
2nd down and 8. They fake to Wheaton and throw it out of the flat. The ball is caught. They pick up the 1st down on the throw to Terrence Davis as Jalen Alexander brought him down.
Reception for the Patriots, Terrence Davis.
Dunstan flies down the field, clears the safeties out, and Davis just sits down at the 1st down marker. Of course, he just ends up being wide open because he's just setting.
Michael Hero is the quarterback for this Lakeview Centennial team, 5'9", 170-pound junior. Hands it to Kamara Wheaton. He's got 4 guys right in his face, and they bottle him up, drop him for a loss of 5.
Making the tackle on Wheaton. Forward progress mark at the 40.
Well, there was just nothing going there. You got to give it credit to that big
Leading the defensive
Wylie
charge for the
defense.
Pirates,
I mean, it
Ken
just seems
Scott.
like they just skipped around and didn't get blocked. They all just came right through the gaps.
When you see Dawson Cox kind of hanging on there and Cam Scott, the nose tackle.
Yeah, it's never good when you have 5 white jerseys and only 1 blue one.
Had a lot of guys to choose from there. 2nd down and 15 for Lakeview. They roll. Wide open is Jones. And he does a little bit after the catch, close to a 1st down, picks up 11 to set up 3rd and manageable.
Coming up with reception, Cameron Jones.
Well, that's what you want to do. That's the same exact play they did last time. You see big 66 come out there to block, and Hero just tosses it out there while Jones is just setting down there by the sticks. Let everybody else clear it out.
And so Michael Hero, who was 35 of 58 coming in, completing 60% of his passes, off to a good start tonight. 2 of 2 through the air. 3rd and short.
Well, they got 3 guys out left.
Going to run the counter. This is Kamar Wheaton looking for a first down. Great second effort. Gives him at least a chance to go for it on fourth. Picks up 3. Nice tackle by Desmond Adamson, inside backer.
Well, you have such opportunity right there to really break Wheaton. You got a pulling guard, number 62, coming through there, but he just runs by like he's going downfield to make a block, but you got to get the one in front of you. If he makes that one block, Wheaton's got some room to run.
Sprint out of it, look at the sneak, there it is, and Michael Hero moves the sticks. And then some, picks up 5 on a quarterback keeper.
Wow, that's where that big offensive line comes into play. Why not get right behind big old Smallwood, big 65, and just let him push and push and push? I mean, good night. That's like a rugby scrum right there.
Oitade, the center, and Smallwood, these guys average 300 pounds. Scoreless tie, fake the zone read, and Hero is going to throw it down the middle, and it's caught. Davis, the catch in traffic with a guy hanging all over him. Picks up 18 with Meister, the safety there in Hall.
Wylie, Kenyon Hall also making the stop.
Man, what a pass. I mean, you got to give a lot of credit right there because I think it was almost looked like a busted play. I don't think it was, but it looked like one. But Hero was able to get outside and just put the ball on the money.
Fresh set of downs here, and Hero's going to go deep. Going up top, trying to find his man Davis. And it's got it. Touchdown. Jalen Davis for the score. 21 yards.
Touchdown, Jalen Davis.
Wow, now that is a beautiful throw, and I mean, just a remarkable catch. Watch this. He's got no room. Woo, he keeps that 1 foot in. You see the referee is right there watching it. See it if he bobbled it. No bobble whatsoever. Keeps 1 foot in. Great play.
Weston Burkett got burned there, and the point after on the way, and Luis Rivera makes it a 7-0 game midway through the first. 5:18 to go. From Homer B. Johnson Stadium in Garland, it's Lakeview 7 and Wylie nothing.
Wylie 0.
Day, November 3rd is right around the corner. Don't forget, our TRE is on the ballot. It's like being on the 10-yard line with less than 2 minutes to play.
So be a team player. Never pass up the opportunity to vote.
When you vote, it's a home run for our community.
We hope to see a spike in voter turnout this year. So get to the polls and vote. It's a great way to serve.
Just make sure your voice is heard on Election Day. When it comes to voting, we're all on the same team, the GISD team.
Touchdown for Lakeview Centennial in their opening drive as Jalen Davis comes up with his first touchdown grab of the year, capping a 68-yard drive in 8 plays that takes 3:38 off the clock. Luis Rivera has it teed up for Lakeview Centennial. Wylie turning it over on downs in their opening drive. Didn't look bad, though. And it's a kangaroo kick to start. And this is returnable now. This is Seth Kramer. He's got a seam at the 40 and gets close to midfield. Good starting field position for Wylie, who will try to answer.
That was a really impressive drive by Lakeview. I mean, they were able to march it down. They had 1 4th down, and they just got in there and scrummed it and picked up that first down. The very next play, send it to the end zone. Boy, I mean, that's just a really nice drive.
Marcus McElroy completing a couple of passes for 12 yards and 15 yards on his opening drive. Looking really good in just his second start of the year. On 1st and 10, little read option. And DJ McClendon trying to battle. And he gets 1, maybe 2. This is William Perry who actually gets the call here, starting the second drive.
Yeah, you see Nwosu just fly over there and Ellis both come around that outside and just smother him. I mean, you don't have much running room inside there with those big defensive linemen. And they're running that 4-3, so there's 4 of them to block. Yeah. And it leaves that outside linebackers kind of free to follow the running back.
Run game for Wylie, they average about 158 a game, which is not bad. Press coverage on the edge. They fake the counter and a quick toss out in the flat, and it goes incomplete, trying to hit Blake Fuller for the 3rd time in this game already.
Yeah, I think they're starting to bring a little pressure. You see Armstrong, number 33. He's he's really able to get in there. We'll see what we can pick it up here. See, comes in off that edge, boom, he just rushes him, McElroy, just a little bit. Not able to get that completion.
Lakeview Centennial with Wylie behind the chains. It was one of the things that Wylie was concerned about coming in. They wanted to take care of the defensive ends, Iwana and Wilson, and they wanted to stay on track, stay right on the chains, and they're behind it here on 3rd and 8. Going to go to the air, looking out left, flips it in the flat. He's got Perry, and he's got a first down.
Oh,
still going, got a block. They say he stepped out of bounds at the 36-yard line, but what a throw and catch. They'll pick up 19.
Well, I thought he just kind of ducked under it, but they had him right here. But you see how McElroy can toss that ball. It's just a really nice throw on the run. And oh, yeah, he stepped out right there. But, boy, I was like, how did he get out of that?
And nobody wanted to form him up, did they? First and 10 now for Wylie. And then they move the sticks between the 20s on their opening drive, trying to answer ear. Wylie trying to win their first game of the year. Play action again, throw the slant, and it's behind Kramer, who was locked up one-on-one coverage with Wright, the cornerback.
It's a nice play. Pull it up. Let McElroy toss that into Kramer. It's just a little bit high. Well, that slant play was there, though. Right, good coverage. Just a little bit behind him.
Marcus McElroy, the Wylie quarterback, 0 of 2 on this drive before that last pass of 19. 2nd and 10. Going to roll out to the right, trying to avoid the pressure. McElroy's going to tuck it, run with it, doesn't keep his eyes downfield, and got hit hard out of bounds, and he picks up just 2.
Outside, everybody had their receivers covered. There was really no one to throw to. No one was set, and everybody was running a route in full speed. So when that happens, you just kind of run out of room. When he's rolling out that way, they just kind of run out of room, running towards the sidelines, and he had no choice but to go for it.
Yeah, they marked him out of bounds right at the line of scrimmage at the 36, so 3rd and 10 now.
Lakeview's got a lot of athletes. You know, they can run. They feel like they can run man-to-man. And especially if they can get a lot of pressure from that front 4.
They're playing press coverage on the edges. Pressure again. McElroy running for his life. Sets up, throwing it deep. He's got a chance here. Got his man at the 1-yard line. It's caught. What a catch on the edge. As Seth Kramer was just waiting and waiting, it finally came down and he kept his feet in bounds.
The hardest catch you can imagine is when you're waiting for a ball like that. And look how McElroy keeps his eyes down the field, knowing he's going to get nailed. Finds Kramer down there. Oh, that is nice. Keep feet in.
What a play. The defense got lost, and Seth Kramer comes up with his 11th catch of the year. That would have been his 2nd touchdown grab had he gotten in there. 1st and goal. Go to the ground. It's bottled up. William Perry trying to bang his way, and he may have lost a yard.
William Perry, the ball carrier.
Might have lost a yard. Brown and Calais, the 2 tackles in there with Isaiah Ellis, really stuffing it up.
Yeah, it's going to be tough running straight up that middle. I mean, Wylie's got some big boys, but those guys in the blue jersey, they average about 250 in there. It's going to be tough to push it.
2nd down and goal. In fact, lost 2 yards on that play.
Just watch number 88 right there, Wylie. That's where the ball's going to go usually. They'll run right behind him.
Flags come in for motion. This may be coming back here.
Free play.
And McElroy gets hit at the goal line. He gets in. We'll have to check on the infraction. Looks like somebody on the right side moved early.
They're going to decline it.
Offsides. Defense number 18. That penalty's declined. Result of the play is a touchdown.
How about that? Corey Gray got called for an offside here.
Yeah, it looked like they were trying to bring some pressure right there, and they jumped just a little early. And again, you just run right behind Wylie, number 88. That's what they do. He sets back in a little slot, and he just lead blocks.
The point after on the way, and Cunningham makes it a 7-7 game. What a nice response there by Wylie. They had a short field goal, 55 yards. We're tied at 7.
I can't vote yet.
But you can.
Exercise your right to vote in the upcoming election.
Early voting is October 13th through October 30th.
Election day is November 3rd.
Remember that Garland ISD has a tax rate election on the ballot.
It will be the last item.
So remember to vote all the way to the end.
Visit www.garlandisdtre.com to learn more about our tax rate election.
A day away from Halloween here at Homer B. Johnson Stadium. The game tied at 7. 55-yard touchdown drive capped off with a 3-yard run by McElroy.
Kicking off for Wylie, Andrew Cunningham.
Cunningham to tee this thing up and kick it off. And he will also kick it short. Taken by Jalen Davis. The left sideline got bumped out. So good field position here for Lakeview Centennial. And some extracurricular activity after the play.
We can't give enough credit to McElroy finding Kramer down there on the 1-yard line, knowing that he's going to get just hammered because he's rolling out and he's got all that pressure. He knows, he feels it. There's a ton of people, and he's still able to throw that ball out there. It looks like we got somebody laying out injured out there on the field.
I try to get a read on who that is. A Wylie Pirate down here. What a response, though, by Wylie after the Lakeview Centennial touchdown. 68-yard drive went 8 plays to make it 7-0, and then the 3-yard touchdown run by McElroy to tie the game. And that's Ethan Carter that's down for the Pirates. He's back up, though.
That's good to see.
Yep.
You know, these guys are running full speed, both teams, on that kickoff and kickoff return, and it's really hard collisions. You know, that's one of the reasons why they are giving so much credit. If you can kick it out of the end zone, they'll let you come on out to the 25, and you know, they're trying to change it up a little bit so you don't have as much of these collisions on these kickoffs.
Lakeview Centennial with a tie game here. Michael Hero back at quarterback. Triple option. They'll hand it off to Dunston off the right edge. His first carry goes for a big one. Oh, he got hit hard out of bounds. Gosh. Picks up 13, but got hit in the paint.
He got hit. He ran into a coach over there that was standing his ground, looked like to me.
It was the hardest hit we've seen tonight.
I'm telling you. That Dunston, he's quick, though, isn't he? He can get around that edge like that.
Yeah.
Watch this. Here goes, and boom.
First down, 10 yards to go from
got bumped pretty hard there. Cameron Hall, I think, got him too. On 1st and 10, Hero looking to throw. Has a man wide open, but through the hands of Jalen Davis.
Yeah, I think Jalen Davis wish he has that one back. I mean, he comes away free after he clears the linebackers, and it looks like Hero was wanting to go deep. He didn't have his man. He checks down and sees him, and boom. Flings it out there, but oh, you got to want that one back.
Hero guy that does a really good job of running the show. Remember, this Lakeview Centennial team, they were tied with Naaman Forest at halftime last week. Ended up losing that game 24-10. Here comes Kamar Wheaton. Nice move at the 45, lowers his head to move the sticks and pick up 14 more. And right into Weston Burkett.
Yeah, you see him get outside. Big number 53. All those guys pulling. He gets ahead of them. And Wheaton doing the rest there.
10-yard gain by Wheaton. 1st and 10.
We like Kamar Wheaton again. Had an ankle injury earlier this year. One of the best running backs in the nation. Struggled to get going last week.
You know, you got a big offensive line, and you can really pick up a lot of yards.
This is Dunston in the middle. Slipped a tackle. Gets 10 more. It'll almost 10.
Well, Dunston, he just seems like he's got a big, fast burst. I mean, every time he gets the ball, he's outrunning people. He's jumping through the hole, and he's making things happen. And, you know, he played the first couple of games, and he was really, really good.
Yeah, you know, he played last year at the wide receiver spot. They've been giving him the ball more. He's a good athlete, as you mentioned, 5'10", 190. Slot guy. He can stretch the field, too, at wide receiver.
Yeah, you got to get him the ball. He's the athlete out there.
Play action. Hero going to go deep to the post. Ball is underthrown. He got grabbed at the wide receiver. It goes incomplete as Cameron Jones gets the flag. Canyon Hall grabbed him as the ball arrived.
Well, Hero trusts his arm, doesn't he?
Yes.
I mean, he will thread the needle.
Pass interference on the defense, number 21. 15 yards from the previous spot. First down.
Penalty goes against Wylie.
Watch Hero. He just finds him down here, sets his feet, puts it out there, and yeah, he gets pulled back right there. And if he could have got both hands up, he probably would have made that catch.
See Cameron Hall, JV quarterback last year, and move him to safety. Had 13 tackles coming in. This guy's quite an athlete himself. Run pass option, go to Wheaton. He's got the edge, and he's got the touchdown. 15 yards on the scamper.
15-yard touchdown run.
Made it look easy, didn't he? He's got that speed where he can really get out there, but I think they got confused. They didn't know who was going to get the ball, and that's what happens when you do that little RPO. You don't know who's going to run the ball, and they hide it very well, and he gets to the edge.
Boy, nobody was out there. You just kept waiting for a linebacker to surface, and nobody got there.
You know, a lot of times when you can throw the ball the way they are, all these receivers are going downfield, and they got to clear out because they got to trust that they're going to catch a ball. So you don't know if he's going to pull it, throw it, hand it off, or take off running. And when they do that, everybody cleared out.
14-7 Lakeview on GRS-TV.
Come on in. Guys, we're all on the same team. Team Garland ISD. Now, are you ready to go vote? There you go. Everyone knows to complete the whole ballot, right? Okay, let's go. Remember, voting is a team effort. Voting. So easy, even a mascot can do it.
Luis Rivera kicking things off. Wylie looking for good field position. He's going to have it. Kramer to the middle. He's in Lakeview Centennial territory before he's brought down. 20 yards on the return there of a short kick. And for the second straight possession, Wylie's got a short field.
Well, they've put him in the right spot because we saw him earlier catch that long 50-yard pass from McElroy down to the 1-yard line, and now they've got him in a place where he's returning those kicks. And, boy, you can see the talent he's got.
And Wylie's had a short field the last two possessions now. They've had good field position the whole game. Marcus McElroy, the quarterback. Run counter action. McClendon gets 3, maybe 4. Flag coming in. Usually in the area of offensive holding. Jeffrey brought him down. So did Ike Iwana.
Yeah, both of them, and I think Iwana just lands all on top of it.
Offense number 76. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay first down.
So they get him for the hold, and you talked about it, Bobby, as this broadcast began, about the size of both of these two teams. As we see Jimmy Carter there in his first year, was the D coordinator for 11 years at Wylie. First at 20 after the penalty. Third penalty we've seen between the two teams tonight. McElroy, a guy that threw for almost 900 yards last year. First and 10, yeah. Good. Throws the out, and he threw it at the feet of his intended target. Incomplete to Cameron Pruitt.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what happened there. It looked like maybe they got a little miscommunication on the route. McElroy kind of, as he was throwing it, kind of tried to pull it down a little bit. He didn't know exactly where his receiver was going to go, I think.
You know, last Friday night was really McElroy's first action since their playoff game last year. They got beaten by district. They only return 3 offensive starters on this Wylie team, only 2 on the defensive side.
Wow, all young guys.
Pressure, he steps up. McElroy avoids it, throws it deep. A flag came in on the near side for maybe a hold or maybe illegal contact over here. Rhodes working on Pruitt.
Yeah, I don't know if we'll be able to see that one because the ball was going to the other side of the field. But down here on this side, it looked like there was a collision between the defensive back and the wide receiver there, and that's where the flag came in.
Official putting his hand over his mask, and you see Kendall Miller there, the head coach for Lakeview Centennial.
He's like, hey, the ball wasn't even going over here. Why are you going to call that? But, hey, maybe it was going to go over there, and the quarterback had to change the direction.
It's a big wrestling match between those two.
There's no foul for defensive holding on the previous play. Ball was thrown out of bounds. 3rd down.
Okay, so they throw a non-catchable ball, but really it could have happened because, you know.
And generally the defensive hold is.
It's a holding.
And it happens before the ball's in the air. That's why I'm surprised they picked it up. 3rd and 20 from the 42. Play action, slant again, and the wide receiver, Kramer, wasn't looking. Wright almost had what would have been his 3rd interception of the year.
I don't think any of them were looking. I mean, I think it even surprised Wright. He zipped that ball out there, and definitely the white jerseys were not looking, and I think that ball just hit Wright before he even knew he had it.
Yeah, Wright came in. He was the leader in the secondary with 2 interceptions. That ball, it was on him before he knew it.
That's true.
A.J. Harris is back deep to receive. Cunningham booting it away. Harris comes up, will let it bounce, and it checks up. And it takes a Centennial bounce. Just a 24-yard kick.
Well, that sets Lakeview up pretty good. I mean, that's not too bad a field position. And both times they've had the ball, they've marched it down there and was able to score with it. So Lakeview's really going to have to dig in here and try to really stop that run. You got to stop one part of the attack. Either you got to stop the run or you got to buy in to stopping the pass. And I think, you know, Lakeview's really good at running that ball. So you're going to have to try to stop that thing, I think, first.
Got a shot just a moment ago of Kendall Miller, who's in his 8th year. Again, they did not have a very good second half. They turned the ball over 3 times against Naaman last week, trying to avenge that. Kamar Wheaton off tackle, looking for a cutback lane, has 3 with Trey Adams getting the stop.
You know, what I like about their offense is they really have a good offensive line coach, and he teaches these guards and tackles how to pull. And they usually lead the way pulling from left to right and right to left. And if you just keep an eye on like number 55 and 56, you'll see how fast they are leading the way for Kamari.
On 2nd and 7, Hero wants to go to the air on the stop route. He has his man. It's Jalen Davis again. He's into Wylie territory and picks up 16 before Tristan Stewart, the backup linebacker, can get credit for the stop.
Well, a lot of times that's real dangerous. All of a sudden you spin out of that, and there's no one behind them. They were really lucky 42 was there.
Hero using his feet to get out of trouble here and picks up 2. Again, Trey Adams, 2nd straight play that he's made that will end the quarter. And at the end of 1, it's 14-7 in favor of Lakeview. Centennial trying to make it a 2-score game on GRS-TV.
Hey, it's Rick Lopez, your proud superintendent of Garland ISD. GISD is once again leading the state and the nation with our tax rate election that will be on ballots this November. If approved, GISD's TRE would lower the property rate by nearly 5 cents. The district would also receive an additional $42 million annually, which we need to sustain our award-winning academics, athletics, fine arts, and much more. Election Day is Tuesday, November 3rd, and early voting begins Tuesday, October 13th. Visit GarlandISDTRE.com to view more facts and to find your polling location.
We played 12 minutes here at Homer B. Johnson Stadium. It's Lakeview Centennial that comes in looking for their second district win with a 14-7 lead right now over Wylie, who is winless in 3 tries. And there's Kendall Miller hoping that his Patriots can come up with a third touchdown on this, their third drive of the game.
Well, they've played a pretty clean quarter. I know that. I don't think they had one penalty, and, you know, they kept it pretty clean. So you keep those negative plays out of there, and you have a good positive chance.
Hero on 2nd and 7 going to Kamara Wheaton, who's tracked down from behind. What a play on the backside by Dawson Cox, the senior linebacker.
Yeah, he came out on the snap, on the coin flip, and he was the captain of the team. And you can see why right there. I mean, just a brutal tackle, man. And when he gets up, he looks like a model with all those muscles popping all out of there. Good grief.
You know, he's a forward in basketball, best defender that they have. First time really we've called his name. He can play the D-line, linebacker, really just versatile down there. And teams try to run away from him. That's why he only had 9 tackles coming in.
Yeah, that's true. And he's right now covering Cameron Jones, number 5. He's trying to shut him out.
They've got Lakeview Centennial behind the chains and throw it underneath to Jones, who's looking for a first down. Can't get it. Well, the speed of this Wylie defense really helping him out that time, as we saw Ethan Carter stopping him just shy of moving the sticks.
Yeah, Dawson Cox was over him, but he let him cross over and let the other linebackers take advantage of it, and they do stop him. Only gets about a 6-yard carry or pass catch.
4th and 3, and Lakeview Centennial, rather than thinking about punting, will go ahead and keep the offense out there. They make a late line change, Wylie, and then they shift. Shifting on the snap, and we've got a whistle and a flag came in. Somebody moved on the offensive side.
Yeah, there was so much going on right there. Now what do you do if you're going to get moved back? It's a different story now.
Full start. Number 20 of the offense. 5-yard penalty. Still 4th down.
Zachariah Dunston, who doubles as a running back, getting called here. And Lakeview Centennial, rather than keeping the offense on the field at this juncture, will now have to send the kicking team out.
Well, it's like what we were talking about. You know, you keep it 4th and short, and you're keeping it real clean. Now you can go for it, but you make a mistake like that, it's a negative play, pulls you back, and now you got to punt it away.
Luis Rivera back to punt it. Cam Pruitt is deep to receive here, and Pruitt's got a chance for a decent return, and he's got the sideline before he's run out of bounds. 18 on the return for Cam Pruitt, one of their better athletes.
He's just a sophomore.
Yeah.
Got a lot of speed. I mean, you got to trust a player right there to be booting the ball and having him out there to catch it and return it. That's a scary and a lot of responsibility position as that punt return guy. And you put a sophomore out there, that means you've got a lot of trust in him.
And what Wylie likes about that is the fact that they've stopped Lakeview Centennial for the first time in this game.
Now you got to capitalize. You got to go out and do something with it now.
And before they do, Jimmy Carter and company call a timeout. So Wylie decides to burn one, and with 10:50 to go, we'll take a break. It's Lakeview Centennial 14 and Wylie 7 on GRS-TV.
This TRE is about funding for all of our programs that have yielded success to all of our students.
It helps to lower the tax rate.
We have money over here on this one fund that we can take and move to this fund.
It will bring in $42 million annually, and we'll be able to get to the point where the revenue line is up here and the expenditure line is down here.
The innovative programs that we have, we will be able to continue those and also add to those that we don't have already in place.
I would encourage you to look at the facts of the Garland tax rate election.
It'll be the lowest that it's been in 6 years.
Remember, early voting is from October 13th to October 30th. The actual date of the election is November 3rd.
Marcus McElroy has his team back out after Wylie calls the timeout prior to the start of the possession. McElroy, the 6'1", 210-pound senior quarterback, unavailable the first 2 weeks, getting his first action last week. Down by a touchdown, decides to keep it on the ground, and not much. Boy, they have tried the right side, they've tried the left side, and that time DJ McClendon getting bottled up right at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, those guys in blue are just covering that up, and I think they're going to get stronger and stronger as the night goes. I mean, there's just a lot of guys, and then you got that linebacker core behind them that's coming up and filling in the gaps. I mean, it's just tough when Nwosu can come with a full head of steam and just bury the running back.
2nd and 10. McElroy's going to reverse out, throw without his feet being set. The ball is juggled and caught. Nice play by DJ McClendon, who's short of the first down, picks up 8 before A.J. Harris can get him.
Boy, that was a great play. I mean, it was a designed rollout, go backwards, and man, just nice touch on the ball.
Well, they've done that a time or two. They're just trying to stay away from the rush.
Yeah, I think it's a great game plan. You spread that thing out, and it's really difficult for a defense.
And they've changed their alignment a bit. They show blitz this time on 3rd down and short. And the blitz causing an errant throw to Blake Fuller. It's the 3rd straight time that McElroy has missed him out of the flat. A.J. Harris again had the coverage.
It's a tough throw, but it's even tougher when you're getting a full-on blitz from both sides. He does have a little protection time right there because the running back was able to get under the legs of that defensive rush from the outside, but still that pressure from the back just makes him throw a little bit too quick and starts the 4th down.
Harris back deep to receive as Andrew Cunningham will boom it away. Last punt went less than 30. This time a nice hanging spiral. Harris lets it go, and he grabs it.
Smart.
Surprised him. Went right into his breadbasket and runs straight out of bounds.
Hey, it probably saved him 10 yards because that ball took a great bounce.
37 yards on the kick, it did.
Good punt. I mean, that thing was right where nobody could return it, right angled. I mean, I think he angled it on purpose out there for Lakeview not to be able to return it.
And the Wylie Pirates just unable to take advantage of the first Lakeview Centennial punt of the game. And they end up going 3 and out. In a game that they really need. You know, both of these two teams were predicted to finish in the top 4, which would give them a playoff spot. Michael Pruitt with an empty backfield. Wylie rushing 3, and they leave a man wide open. And there's Jalen Davis, who may go. Made a man miss. He's got one more to beat. Inside the 5. 70 yards.
Wow, and Jones down there trying to help him out, but that's all Hero picking the right guy. I mean, he had to go from one guy to the other. He just waited till one of them opened up. See number 5 trying to lead the way to the block. I mean, that's pretty good teamwork right there. Nice job.
Second big catch for Jalen Davis tonight. Kyle Meister saved the touchdown. And Lakeview Centennial with, I dare say, their biggest play of the season at this point. You know, this Lakeview Centennial team came in 5th in the district.
Lakeview Centennial, the first time out of the half.
Patriots will call the timeout here. We'll take it with them. 9:12 to go here in the second quarter. It's Lakeview 14 and Wylie 7.
How far was that?
Election Day, November 3rd is right around the corner. Don't forget, our TRE is on the ballot. It's like being on the 10-yard line with less than 2 minutes to play.
So be a team player. Never pass up the opportunity to vote.
When you vote, it's a home run for our community.
We hope to see a spike in voter turnout this year. So get to the polls and vote. It's a great way to serve.
Just make sure your voice is heard on Election Day. When it comes to voting, we're all on the same team, the GISD team.
After the 70-yard pass completion to Jalen Davis, Lakeview Centennial trying to make it a two-score game. Early second quarter, Kamar Wheaton makes a man miss. He's got the touchdown.
No.
A 5-yard touchdown run for Kamar Wheaton, who puts it in the end zone for the fourth time in this game. Okoye and Carter both had a shot. Wheaton really quick.
Oh, man, look at that jump step. I call that the jackalope move right there. I mean, kind of like a deer, kind of like a rabbit. Either way, it's definitely hard to catch him and tackle him. Boy, that was just a nice jump and start back into the end zone. Wow.
Well, that's why a number of D1 schools are looking at him as the PAT for Luis Rivera makes it a 21-7 ball game. 9:07 to go in the first half. Lakeview makes it a two-score affair on GRS-TV.
I can't vote yet. But you can.
Exercise your right to vote in the upcoming election.
Early voting is October 13th through October 30th.
Election Day is November 3rd.
Remember that Garland ISD has a tax rate election on the ballot.
It will be the last item.
So remember to vote all the way to the end.
Visit www.garlandisdtre.com to learn more about our tax rate election.
Kamar Wheaton showing everybody why Alabama, OU, LSU, just to name a few, really liking what they see when they come scout this 6'1", 200-pound senior running back as he makes it a 21-7 game with Lakeview Centennial hoping to tabulate win number 2 in district play, their third of the year if they can hold on tonight. This time a short kick, they let it bounce. It's still down there and it's covered up by Canyon Hall.
I like how they did that right there. That I think you got to give credit to the Lakeview Centennial coaches, special team coaches right there, because you know he's telling his kicker, hey, you see a little hole, try to angle kick it into that hole so they can't return it, and you might be able to get it. It's not like it's an onside kick or anything like that. It's just angle it where nobody's at.
And right now, Wylie kind of kicking themselves because they had a chance to respond after they forced Lakeview Centennial into their only punt of the game. Lakeview Centennial's had the ball 4 times. They've scored 3 touchdowns. And this is Wylie now down 14 early second quarter. Marcus McElroy on the play action, throw it over the middle, and the ball is picked off. Intercepted right in the middle of the field by A.J. Harris, the safety, who comes up with his first pick of the year.
Man, I mean that was some tight coverage right there. He's coming over the middle. If you can pick him up, great pump fake, but just kind of went right through the hands of the Wylie receiver. And great concentration right there by Harris to just be able to cradle that ball and take it to the floor.
A.J. Harris with the interception for Lakeview Centennial. Last year, the JV quarterback on this team as a freshman. What a great transition to safety he has made. Another short field now for Lakeview Centennial. They're going to try to throw deep here, and they run the go and throw the out. And those two not on the same page. Terrence Davis, the intended target.
Yeah, I'm not sure where that one was going. I mean, it looked like he had 3 guys wide open. He just needed to pick one, and maybe it confused his arm. They were all open, so he just threw it in the middle of them.
Yeah, this Lakeview Centennial team, a rare mishap for this Lakeview Centennial offense in this game. An offense that averages 31 a contest.
And they got some big offensive linemen. And, again, like I was saying, watch them pull. They will pull from one way to the other. See 51 just pulling, leading the way. It gives you a lot of room to run.
And a run-pass option this time for Michael Hero, who gets yanked down by the nose tackle Cam Scott, a gain of just 1.
Yeah, Cam Scott comes down the line, makes a great tackle right there.
Another JV kid, that Cam Scott, high motor player. Two-sport athlete. He's a wrestler. He gets a lot of his finger strength out of that nose tackle spot.
A lot of messed up ears, too.
That too. That too. 3rd down and 9 now for Lakeview. Yeah, that wrestling, that'll make you tough. That's how you learn to play in the trenches.
Well, that's true. Got him.
Hero throws the stop. That ball's broken up. What a nice play by Jalen Alexander as they try to go to Terrence Davis for the 2nd time on the drive.
Yeah, it was just a little late getting there, and Davis was able to come in there and knock it out. Yeah, very nice play right there. I thought it was open for a minute. It just took too long to develop. 2nd time they forced the Patriots to punt.
In the last 3 drives, in fact. Cam Pruitt awaiting here. Boot by Rivera to the sideline, looking for a coffin corner. And it just goes into the end zone. Well, it was a really good punt by Luis Rivera.
They have a flag on the field.
To check out the infraction, flag thrown around the 36-yard line.
Maybe too many guys going downfield before the punt.
Ted Davis, tonight's official. In a 21-7 game, it's a game that both teams really need because it would get the victor really back into the playoff race here. Again, both teams projected to go to the playoffs this
only
year.
one team that's not lost any games. See, that's Rowlett High School. They beat Saxe last night.
Rowlett now 3-0 in district play. Saxe 2-2. Saxe entered the week in 2nd place.
Yeah, so if Patriots could win this one, then they'd be right back up in there.
After the kick, holding on the defense, half the distance to the goal, 1st down.
That's a bad one.
Well, that's a real bad one because you had decent field position and now you have real bad field position.
That's right, and that Patriots front 4 and those linebackers, I mean, they smelling blood now. You got to be real careful in what you do here.
You got to be careful to hang on to the football. This Wylie team has done a decent job of not turning it over. Lakeview's forced 5 turnovers this year coming into the ball game, and they had the interception. McElroy pumps, he's under pressure, and down he goes. They got him just outside the end zone. Now a flag comes in late, deep into the secondary. Iwana, who's one of the better defensive ends in the Metroplex.
Yeah, him and Wilson, both defensive ends, just strong and big. And they get such good push from up in that the 2 defensive guys in the middle. Boys, he just battles through there and just beats his man. And wow, that's tough right there.
You're seeing
dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 17 of the defense. 15 yards from the end of the run, automatic 1st down.
And that's
number 17's first unsportsmanlike.
That is a huge bailout.
Because, yeah, you got to keep your head.
Yes. I mean, you know, Lakeview's got them backed up with a 1, and now all of a sudden they've got some breathing room.
And a first.
And a new set of downs. You know, Xavion Wright has been chirping with a couple of the wide receivers for Wylie since the start of this game. So the unsportsmanlike penalty makes it 1st and 10. And here goes Perry. Perry only 1. Run game for Wylie just has not been as productive as they wanted coming into the game.
Well, it's going to be, as predicted, it's going to be tough to run on them. And what they have here is McElroy. He's got to be able to spread that ball out and be able to throw it a little bit so that they can keep the pressure off their linemen.
On the stop route, the ball's dropped. Zone coverage, and just could not find his man, Seth Kramer, who's one of the better targets that he has. Rhodes and Nwosu were both over there, and that's a ball Kramer's got to have.
Yeah, that ball was put right where you want it, right there.
It looked like he was bracing for the hit.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, no matter the drive, it doesn't matter where you are on the field. You want to at least get 2 first downs on a drive so you can maintain the field position, and they really need this third down conversion. Down 2 scores. McElroy on the reverse out, trying to avoid the pressure. Gets hit. He's short of the first down. Just too many guys in blue, including Ellis, who was there, and also Armstrong.
Yeah, just the speed. They just had so much speed to get out there. It's a right decision to take off running right there. He didn't really have anybody. But you see number 55 chasing down. I mean, that's Callis. He's the defensive lineman, and he chases him all the way down. That's the second time we've seen him chase the quarterback down all the way from the inside to the outside of the field and make the tackle. Just great effort by a defensive lineman.
A.J. Harris was deep. The ball was partially blocked. The flag comes out. It's loose. A scrum for it.
Does Wylie pick it up? Oh.
Lakeview Centennial has it. And we'll have to check on the penalty flag. Well, a lot going on there.
It looked like Ikawano was the one that got in there and blocked that thing.
They get the indication here.
Yeah, the offense is coming out on the field, so obviously it's the Patriots' ball.
And not a lot has gone right here in the second quarter for this Wylie team. They've had to punt twice. They've had one partially blocked now, and then the interception.
Yeah.
Was Ike.
Got it.
And you see, Iwana was really careful, too. He didn't want to run into the kicker in case he didn't get a piece of it.
Not sure exactly what they're talking here. I mean, and we didn't get an indication that I saw who came up with the ball.
I think the field judge pointed Lakeview Centennial ball. I'm not certain what they're discussing here.
There's no foul on the play. Lakeview recovered the call. First down.
So Lakeview Centennial will have it. 1st and 10 in plus territory after the block punt. Boy, that is a disaster. And Centennial starts the plus 34-yard line with 5:57 to go. Kamar Wheaton changing directions, got a block on the edge, and a second one springs him to the end zone. He's got the touchdown. What a touchdown run for Kamar Wheaton, 34 yards. Zachariah Dunston helping him out with that second big block in the red zone.
Yeah, now they're just starting to be able to run on them. That big offensive line is starting to take the toll on Wylie. And Wheaton will start picking up big numbers when that happens.
34-yard touchdown run for Kamar Wheaton. That is his second rushing touchdown of the night. And the Rivera PAT makes it 28-7 with 5:47 to go in the second quarter. We're back in a moment on GRS-TV.
Come on in. Guys, we're all on the same team. Team Garland ISD. Now, are you ready to go vote? There you go. Everyone knows to complete the whole ballot, right? Okay, let's go. Remember, voting is a team effort. Voting. So easy, even a mascot can do it.
Been the Wheaton show here in the first half for Lakeview Centennial as the 6'1", 200-pound senior running back with 2 rushing touchdowns here in this game. Another short kick and a diving catch at the 35-yard line by Canyon Hall. And so Wylie, who now finds themselves down 21 with the ball back and plenty of time here in the second quarter.
That was a great play by Canyon Hall. I mean, if he doesn't hustle and catch that ball's going to be bouncing around all over the green grass out there, and no telling what'll happen to it if that happens. So what a great effort to go out and lay out and catch that thing.
You know, and if that ball hits, it's a live ball.
It's live.
And that's one of the rules. You can't let it hit the ground on the kickoff. And they did the kick before that. Marcus McElroy, 6'1", 210-pound junior quarterback. First and 10, they keep it on the ground, and DJ McClendon is bottled up immediately. Well, the defensive front, Brown, Wilson, and the linebacker Ellis getting in there.
I was going to say, Isaiah Ellis comes flying through there, and seems like he just sees it so good, but helps when Wilson right there is just blowing the whole offensive lineman up, and it leaves Ellis free to come through there and make the tackle.
DJ McClendon, an undersized running back, and he just has not had much in the way of room to run. Battled an ankle injury earlier. Second and 10. McClendon's going to go deep, and the ball is incomplete. Boy, you had some jousting going on over there, and for whatever reason, I'm not sure what happened, but Adrian Bryant just kind of quit on the play. He was being jousted with the backup corner, Hunter.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened right there. It looked like he had time to out there, and it's just he got knocked out of bounds. I don't know if he was even thinking that the ball was going to come to him. Maybe he was thinking it was going to go underneath, and he was running his defender off.
Looked like Bryant got rerouted there by Hunter, and I think he wanted a flag and just got so frustrated he kind of quit running his route. Third down and 10. Oh, good throw here. Had a chance, and it goes incomplete. Looking for Seth Kramer, their big target. And again, good coverage by Savion Hunter.
Wow. Stride for stride. What a beautiful pass. He has time to throw it. Great job by his offensive line. Turn your head, look, and boom. He had inside position. Just a nice play by Hunter.
Nice breakup, too. You know, Hunter, just a sophomore, 5'8", 175. With the textbook positioning, as you mentioned. Third punt of the quarter here, this time rugby style. They get it away. A.J. Harris comes up, shoot top grab, and only gets 2. Terrific punt coverage by the Wylie Pirates and Kyle Meister.
Well, it looked like, I know it was going to be a rugby punt, but it looked like they were kind of testing to see if they could actually run that and go for it. Boy, I mean, he got almost to the line of scrimmage before he kicked that thing.
And the problem is they've been kicking that thing too much here in the second quarter.
They're getting good at it.
They're getting good at it. They had a lot of practice, haven't they? Well, Lakeview Centennial out 28-7. Michael Hero has had quite a half. And so has Kamar Wheaton, who has rushed for 2 touchdowns already in the half. Give it to him again to the middle, makes a guy miss. He's in the third level already. The block continues there for Jalen Davis. He's in the red zone and down to the 10. 63 yards on the scamper there for Kamar Wheaton.
Look at him go, and look at that blocking downfield right there. He just ties him up, and then another block here. I don't know what happened right there because I thought they should have had him. But it took Dawson Cox all the way over across the field to come down and get him and finally drive him out of bounds.
You know, he had 1,200 yards for the season last year. He may get close to that tonight if the tackling doesn't get better.
Open.
First and goal, he is wide open, and Cameron Jones has the touchdown, his 4th of the season.
Well, it's just a nice play. He does the out in and out, drives into the end and then shoots outside, and the play was just really ran perfect. Hero just nails him.
Nice throw by Hero, who came in with just one more touchdown than interceptions this year. And Luis Rivera tacks on the 35th Lakeview Centennial point of the half. 4:12 to go, second quarter on GRS-TV.
Hey, it's Rick Lopez, your proud superintendent of Garland ISD. GISD is once again leading the state and the nation with our tax rate election that will be on ballots this November. If approved, GISD's TRE would lower the property rate by nearly 5 cents. The district would also receive an additional $42 million annually, which we need to sustain our award-winning academics, athletics, fine arts, and much more. Election Day is Tuesday, November 3rd, and early voting begins Tuesday, October 13th. Visit GarlandISDTRE.com to view more facts.
Short kick again, and Wylie on the fair catch will have it at the 35-yard line as Contavious Kelly on Cameron Hall on the fair catch for Wylie. 4:10 to go here in the second quarter. It's 35-7 in favor of Lakeview Centennial. Now Kamar Wheaton with 3 touchdowns already. Hero, the touchdown pass, his second touchdown pass of the half.
Yeah, everything going their way right now.
On the ground, this is one of the better runs of the game now for DJ McClendon. And he gets 10 to move the sticks.
Boy, if that old turf monster wouldn't have grabbed his foot, he might have had a little bit more running room. Right here, he just, kind of tripped over his own lineman's ankle.
They give it right back to him, and this time he's bottled up. Boy, they are really attacking the line of scrimmage. Isaiah Ellis, who came in leading the club in tackles, that's about his 5th of the half already.
Well, you see big number 75 they have right there leading the wave. It's Matthew Shell, and he's only a sophomore, but look at the size of him. Big 75 leading that block. Starting on a Wylie offensive line, that's pretty impressive as a sophomore.
It's been a few possessions since McElroy has actually completed a pass. You see a number of hard counts going on here on the stop route. He completes one here. Has a chance to go. Cameron Pruitt up the sideline. It's a foot race. He's got the touchdown. 57 yards to Cameron Pruitt.
Wow, that's all it took.
McElroy seeing Cameron Pruitt break a tackle in man coverage. Had the side. I thought Ellison was going to catch in there for a moment.
Yeah, he showed some speed there. I mean, it was a foot race for sure. But that's the danger in that play right there. If you're by yourself and you catch that ball and you just spin out of that one tackler, I mean, then it's a foot race. And that's exactly what happened right there. I mean, just a great offensive play. That make you have be a little more happy about what's going on and change your attitude a little bit.
Absolutely. 57-yard touchdown completion. McElroy to Cam Pruitt. 35-14. Wylie inching a little closer on GRS-TV.
This TRE is about funding for all of our programs that have yielded success to all of our students.
It helps to lower the tax rate.
We have money over here on this one fund that we can take and move to this fund.
It will bring in $42 million annually, and we'll be able to get to the point where the revenue line is up here and the expenditure line is down here.
The innovative programs that we have, we will be able to continue those and also add to those that we don't have already in place.
I would encourage you to look at the facts of the Garland tax rate election.
It'll be the lowest that it's been in 6 years.
Remember, early voting is from October 13th to October 30th. The actual date of the election is November 3rd.
3 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Wylie bouncing back with a 57-yard touchdown connection. And end over end, it lands. It's live. Picked up at around the 18. Good coverage by the Wylie Pirates. They've done a good job covering kicks so far in this game. And Lakeview Centennial will have a long field with which to work late in the second quarter. Zachariah Dunston covered up nicely.
Well, I tell you, when you can come out and score right there at the end of the the second quarter, when everything's been going Lakeview's way, man, now you're only 2 touchdowns down, really. I mean, a little more than that, but I mean, you're right in there. Something could happen now, and you're right back in the game.
Get a defensive player too.
Yeah.
And again, this is a Wylie team that obviously a little undersized in the secondary, but they've created a couple of turnovers in the early portion. They are winless, though.
What we were talking about earlier is, McElroy's got to make some plays, and because the running game is going to be very difficult against those guys in blue and that front line. And so when you make a play like that, I mean, anything can happen.
They motion out Dustin, Jack Dustin, and as soon as Hero takes the snap, the referee throws the flag.
Timeout. Lakeview Centennial. Their second charge timeout.
So Lakeview Centennial calls the timeout. And, Bobby, this is a Lakeview Centennial team that, again, struggled a little bit last week. They were deadlocked at the half against a Naaman Forest team that many felt as though might win the district. I mean, you rarely see a game tied at 3 at the high school level at the half, especially these days. And Naaman Forest came out, and they really made a statement in the second half of that ball game, and Kendall Miller a little bit concerned about that. He wants his team to come out of the locker room, not only tonight but every succeeding game, playing with a little bit more of an edge.
I think you're right. Those two teams really match up well because both teams are really big up front, and it just led to a great defensive battle. Now, in that second half, it looked like one of the teams came out a little cold, and that was really the difference there.
Less than 3 minutes to go until halftime. Here's Dustin. Got hit hard at the 25-yard line. He accelerated almost to full speed before he got hit. Gets 4, though.
He just seems so fast. I mean, it's like a different level when he gets that ball.
Zachariah Dunston, 5'10", 190 junior. Speed guy, track guy.
Yeah,
nice change up to Wheaton.
It definitely shows. I mean, when he gets the ball, you can see the speed.
I'm going to give it to Dustin this time, rather Zachariah Dunston. Dunston again, 2, maybe 3. Kerr and Adams combined to stop him.
Yeah, that's tough. Dustin's lead blocking, and Dunston's getting it.
3rd and short here. Need a stop if you're a Pirate fan. In jumps. The flag comes out. Free play. Hero's going to go deep, and he's got the man. And he missed Zachariah Dunston, who was wide open up the seam.
Woo! I mean, that's just right in your hands right there. What a beautiful pass.
Offsides. On the defense, number 9. 5-yard penalty. Result of the play is a first down.
Had a free play, and Hero is thinking, oh, my gosh, how did my guy miss it?
Yeah, I can't put that one any better right there. I mean, look at that zip. I mean, just, oh, my goodness, that's right there where you want it. That's all right. Nobody needs to say anything to Dunston. He already knows.
Yes. Gives him a free first down. It's still $1:38 to go until halftime.
Yeah, he'd catch that ball 9 times out of 10.
Centennial's got 1 timeout. Time not really a factor here. Another flag.
Is that the final timeout? What did we get here?
Timeout. Lakeview Centennial. Their final timeout of the half.
And not really the timeout you wanted to use there. They've had to burn a couple of timeouts. And I'm sure that Coach Miller would like to keep that one in his pocket, but he felt like he had to call it.
Yeah, I mean, 1st and 10. And I don't know. What you got a minute 38. You really might need that towards the end of this to be able to get into the end zone.
You know, and this team's got the firepower. We've seen a ton of explosive plays tonight. Just look at the Wheaton runs. We've seen a 15-yard touchdown run from Wheaton, the 34-yard touchdown run. We've seen just a number of explosive plays in this ball game. I'm going to go back and count the number of passes of at least 15 yards that we've seen from Hero tonight.
Yeah, Wheaton also got a 63-yard run as well that had to give Jones the touchdown.
Dump over the middle to Jones. He's got a first, looking for Pirates, avoiding Pirates, stiff-arming Pirates. Picks up a nice gain there, close to 30 yards.
That was the longest 30 yards I think I've ever seen.
He ran laterally.
He ran backwards. He ran lateral. Oh, just nice dump. I mean, what do you do? I mean, if you're a Pirate, what do? You come up to tackle the quarterback, and then he just playing with you and just tosses it over your head to Jones. And, boy, you see how fast that guy is. Yeah, that's going backwards.
Flag came out prior to the snap.
False start. Number 9, offense. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Well, Jalen Davis has been a big part of this offense. He got flagged here, but he has been quite a target for Michael Hero tonight.
Please reset the game clock to 1:24.
Now, this Lakeview Centennial team, you mentioned they've got the size up front, and they're starting to open up the offense a little bit. These are some plays that we didn't see a lot of last week.
You're right. I mean, we didn't see Hero throwing the ball like he's throwing it tonight.
No. Triple option here. They go to the ground game. Not much. Wylie's done a good job in the interior.
Yeah, they run the ball. First time they've handed it off to number 30 there, and you know the clock is running. It's 1 minute and 8 seconds, so it's an interesting time that you decide to run the ball right up the middle.
Yeah, we're going under 1 minute, and they do not have a timeout left. Fake the zone handoff, throw it over the middle, and he has to go up to get it. There's Jalen Davis again, and picks up 19. We get another flag, this time in the pocket.
Holding. Offense number 66. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay second down.
Well, that's a tough one right there because that negates a whole lot of yards. That's 10 yards back, plus it was a 15, 20-yard pass. Looks like Hero's just playing with the guys right now. I mean, he's on a different level.
You know, and they're running the zone defense, and these wide receivers are doing a good job of finding the soft spot.
Yeah, and sitting down in it and giving and opening up your jersey so that Hero can see you and put it in there to you. And boy, he's sidearm throwing, and he's just taking his time. He's looking really good.
2nd and 20. Hero takes off this time. It's a block from Jones on the edge, and he's able to run for 8.
Pretty smart play getting out of bounds there.
31 seconds to go until the half.
Now, this is where taking that timeout can really, really hurt you here. Because now you don't have one. Great blocks right there by Jones, giving him that opportunity to get out of bounds, stop that clock.
Got to have the 36 to move the sticks. Big pressure and a draw going to Wheaton. Flag came in. Wheaton avoiding tackles, short of the first down. Picks up 11, but we'll check on another penalty flag.
Yeah, right there in that holding area.
Trey Adams tripping him up. Otherwise, he might have been able to move the chains. Wheaton a little shaken up there getting up.
Personal foul. Defense, number 9. Hands to the face. 15 yards from the end of the run. First down.
It's Trey Adams.
Wow, that's an interesting call. You don't really see that very often.
And, you know, Trey's a coach's kid, and I'm sure Dad's going to let him know about it.
Yeah, you see him right there. He's just trying to get off the hold. It
Yeah.
looked like they had him wrapped up pretty good. He's just trying to get out of that thing. I thought Hero was getting sacked at that time when he finally gives that ball to Wheaton.
Timeout, Wylie.
And Wylie calls the timeout.
Yeah, that's interesting. It's 9 seconds on the clock.
In a 35-14 game, And
you have 9 seconds. I think it might be a pretty good timeout. I think Lakeview is lining up real fast, and they already knew what their play was going to be. And Wylie probably needs to sit back and say, okay, nobody get behind us. Let's line 4 or 5 guys up at the end zone here and keep everything in front of you and let that clock run out. Just don't let them get in the end zone.
Well, Lakeview Centennial getting the ball to start the second half. And if you're Wylie, if you've got any chance to win this game, you got to have a stop here, one would think.
You got to do it. So that's why you're going to have to sit back there, make sure all your players understand the situation. And that looks like what they're doing. You see all the white jerseys. They're all going to be right on the 5-yard line, right at the goal line. Just nobody get behind you.
And again, in high school ball and in college ball, the clock stops on the first down, so they can stop the clock if they get the first. You take a sack and the half will end. Hero, look out, pressure.
Got it. Ball's out.
Ball came out, and it's recovered there in the middle by the center, Oyatade. That will end it. Dawson Cox stripped it, and that ends the half.
3-man rush.
Good way to end it if you're the Wylie Pirates. And Lakeview Centennial will enjoy a 21-point lead going into the locker room. Boy, Kamar Wheaton had a great first half. Ends up with 3 touchdowns, and Lakeview Centennial with a 3-score lead on GRS-TV.
Election Day, November 3rd, is right around the corner. Don't forget, our TRE is on the ballot. It's like being on the 10-yard line with less than 2 minutes to play.
So be a team player. Never pass up the opportunity to vote.
When you vote, it's a home run for our community.
We hope to see a spike in voter turnout this year. So get to the polls and vote. It's a great way to serve.
Just make sure your voice is heard on Election Day. When it comes to voting, we're all on the same team, the GISD team.
35-14. Lakeview Centennial with the advantage over the Wylie Pirates in this 9-6A battle. And the scoring started early tonight, and it started often tonight. As you can tell, these two teams not afraid to move the football. Hero, there he goes into the corner of the end zone, and a really nice grab in the corner by Jalen Davis, who had a couple of nice grabs in that first half.
Yeah, 29-yard catch right there, but beautiful, dragging his feet.
And then on the other side, you had quarterback Marcus McElroy getting smacked at the goal line, but still able to punch it in. Flag was thrown on that play, but it was negated. And there's one of 3 touchdowns in that first half for Kamar Wheaton. Between the tackle, what a move there. Woo. Got past 2 tackles.
That was dirty.
Over basketball, some of these ankles would be broken, wouldn't they?
Yeah, that was beautiful, wasn't it?
Really a nice play, and there's McElroy again, this time throwing the interception. First interception that we had seen tonight. That was the safety, A.J. Harris. Here comes Wheaton again. What a move. Got a block downfield and just sneaks into the pylon.
Yeah, that came after the block punt.
And there's Hero hitting Cameron Jones.
That was after Wheaton had ran 63 yards down the sideline and got knocked out on the 5.
And then there's the big play of the half. Cameron Pruitt down the left sideline. I thought Ellis was going to catch him, but he ends up going the distance for the touchdown. It was a really nice run after the catch by Pruitt. That was 57 yards. And that's our score as we go to the second half of action. 35-14 in favor of Lakeview Centennial. What do you think about the Pirates and trying to get back into this game? What do they have to do, Bobby?
Well, they're really only 2 scores down, and I think McElroy is going to have to spread the ball out. That's where they're going to have to find their bread and butter. They've just not had anything up the middle running the ball, and McElroy's got the arm, and he's got some athletes out there to catch it, so they're going to have to spread the ball around. And then on the other side of the ball, I mean, they're just going to have to contain Wheaton. It's going to be hard to do because Hero has been really good today. He's been accurate. He's finding some people, spreading it out, and when that happens, it leaves the run wide open.
Yeah, and they've been able to just unfurl the playbook and unveil a couple of things and some new wrinkles that we did not see last week.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Hero's just he looks like a different quarterback. He's sitting back there, and he's having time, and when he does act like he's going to run it, he pulls up the linebackers, and then he just kind of flings the ball over their head, just tosses it to his receivers. It's like he's playing with them a little bit.
Andrew Cunningham will kick it off for Wylie as we get started here in the third quarter. Wylie again looking for their first win of the year. They'll have to do it in comeback fashion if they are to get it tonight. Meanwhile, Lakeview Centennial sees the ball land. It goes out of bounds. And so it'll be good field position for Lakeview Centennial again. And again, they started with really good field position on 3 of their big drives in that first half.
Probably a good decision to go ahead and kick it out there, take the 5-yard penalty, set yourself up on about the 25 or so, and maybe the 30. But really, you come out of the halftime, a lot of times your legs are cold, everybody's cold, they got the jitters again, and at that time it's probably better to just go ahead and run the ball out of bounds and not take a chance of somebody breaking a big one on you.
Michael Hero, 60% completion percentage coming in. He had a really good first half zone read. And Kamar Wheaton, who had the 3 touchdowns in the first half, is able to move the sticks on his first carry of the third.
Big block right there by all those guys up front in the blue.
Wheaton again, untouched into the secondary, down to the 37-yard line. 20 yards on the scamper.
Holding. Number 52 of the offense. 10 yards from the spot of the foul. First down.
So it negates a big run there for Kamar Wheaton, who again had the 3 scores and a number of big plays.
Well, you can see all those big linemen. They called it on 52 right there. I didn't see a whole lot, but The referees probably saw a little jersey getting pulled, but he had his guy pushed about 7 yards down the field. And a lot of times when that happens, if you're getting that good of a push on somebody, they turn to run from you. And when they turn to run, right here on the left hand, there's 52 right there. You can see gets him right there, and that's where they call that one.
First and almost 20 after the spot foul, and Hero got hammered. Boy, that is the first big shot that he has taken in this game. He really got walloped by Meister.
Yeah, you never want that right now. You've got the game pretty good. You don't really want to take a big shot on your quarterback like that. 2 sevens go head-to-head right there.
Well, Michael Hero, again, 35 of 58 coming in. He had been prone to coughing up the football, took the hit that time, and held on to it. 2nd and long still. They blitz off the edge. It's picked up and incomplete to the hands of Cameron Jones underneath.
Well, it's looking good for Wylie now. I mean, Lakeview comes out, and they're running the ball crazy on them. They get a bad penalty, a 10-yard holding penalty. It backs them up, and all of a sudden, Lakeview is starting to just get a little stagnant right there. You got a long ways to go to get a first down now.
Remember, Lakeview had the slow start last week against Naaman Forest in the second half of a tie game at 3 going into the 3rd. And Naaman kind of ran away with it. 24-10 was the final. 3rd and long. Got to have 14 against the zone. Finds his man, Davis, for the first down. Wrestled down after picking up 19 on the connection.
Wow, that's just really beautiful. He runs a 10-yard, 12-yard dig. Looks like Hero wants to go deep. He decides to pull it down and makes a great throw right there.
Well, good conversion on 3rd down there for Lakeview Centennial. Trying to extend this 3-touchdown advantage. And on the read option, Michael Hero keeps it. Ends up getting 2 before Cox can bring him down along with Michael Kerr.
Yeah, we'll see if he just keeps running that ball like that or if he needs to start handing it off. You don't want your quarterback getting hurt at this time in the games.
Well, you know, we mentioned the 3 fumbles that he had coming in. He had carried it 29 times prior to tonight's game in the first 3 ball games. Play action, big pressure to the sideline, and it's incomplete. Again, they are not afraid to go to Terrence Davis, who's probably the biggest target that they have with the best hands.
Yeah, Austin Rhymes, though, it's just not enough time. I mean, Austin Rhymes gets away from his guy, and he just puts too much pressure, and it's probably a good job of Hero just getting rid of that thing. I mean, that was going nowhere.
2nd, 3rd down and long of this drive that Wylie has forced. And that's been the big story tonight. They have been too few and too far between. 3rd and 7 off the triple option. Keep it on the ground. Dunston and Jack Dustin short of the first down by 3, but it looks like Lakeview Centennial wants to go.
Yeah, might as well. I mean, that's what you want. You want it to be 3rd and short because you feel like you can get 2 or 3 yards with this big old offensive line. And so play it safe.
Hero, pressure, throw the fade. And it's caught. The underneath throw to Davis, brought down, and he's down to the 10. We've got a flag down on a 28-yard connection. Jalen Alexander was the man in coverage.
Offsides, defense, at penalties decline, first down.
Hero trusts in his arm. Throws it a little short and lets his man come back to get it. That's just a beautiful play. You see that in all levels of football nowadays is, you know, you don't always try to throw it out there to them. You kind of throw it behind them and let them drag back to get it.
We've seen the 19-yard connection, now the 28-yard connection. Dustin pulling defenders inside the 5 on 1st and goal. Picks up 5.
You know, Dustin's only a sophomore. I mean, he's a strong kid.
5'7".
Yeah, he's very disciplined. I don't know if 5'7" could be right. I mean, does he look bigger than 5'7"?
He plays bigger, doesn't he?
He definitely does. He looks as big as Hero there.
Averaging 5.5 yards a carry coming in.
He looks a big kid. I mean, a sophomore out there.
Gets it again. This is Dustin straight ahead down to the 3.
Once again, Jack Dustin over the left side.
3rd and goal.
They're bringing in a whole new crew. This must be the heavy crew.
The big ones coming in.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it is a big group coming in right now.
Ika Wana, the defensive end, doubling his alignment here, number 90. You see him coming in.
They bring Wheaton in there.
They sprint to the line. This is what they do. Full house backfield. Wheaton.
Oh, my
short
goodness.
of the goal line. The ball came out. Wylie thinks they've got it. And they do. What a hit. Walker came out of there with it.
I mean, look at the power. I thought he was going to walk in right there. Yeah, that ball is out. That's it. There's nobody coming to help him out either.
And how about Darren Walker, the defensive tackle who was on the JV last year, maybe the biggest surprise they've had on defense. And Wheaton got hit. They're kind of checking him out. And he just lost that football.
Yeah, he looks like he was dragging the arm a little bit. I don't know. It might be his pride a little bit. He's dragging, but you never know right there. Might have got a little stinger on the arm.
They go with a quick out there to Perry. A.J. Harris ends up bringing him down. Blake Fuller actually on the connection.
Blake Fuller with the reception.
Now this is what they got to do, man. They got a big turnover right there at the goal line. Now they got to go do something. They got to make something happen here.
You know, they had a chance earlier inside their own 20-yard line to change the field position. They just couldn't do it. Need a couple of first downs here. Off play action. Again, they go to Fuller. Same play the other side. Moves the sticks this time and a gain of 10 with A.J. Harris, the safety, knocking him down.
Just a little 5-yard out pattern, but the ball is getting put right where you want it. Zip it out there quick. Get it out there before the linebackers can get to you.
And even with pressure, Marcus McElroy able to get the ball out quickly. That was one of the objectives for him coming into the game.
Yeah, you have to. That big defensive line is going to get after you. So this is what's been working for him, little 5-yard outs.
Setting him up for maybe a wheel route later on. On 1st and 10. McElroy to the edge, and the linebacker gets there first. Isaiah Ellis snuffs it out. Still manages 3, but you can see Ellis really zeroing in on the quarterback.
Yeah, they're running that 3 linebackers right there, but Ellis just comes up, gives so much support so quick, prevents
Holding.
that first down.
Offense number 76.
Oh boy.
10 yards to the spot of the foul. 2nd down.
Yeah, I didn't see the flag. I did see the holding on the replay, but I didn't see the flag there. And boy, that's tough if you're a Pirates fan.
This is, you take a look at the last 3 possessions of this game. We've seen 5 holding penalties the last 3 possessions.
Oh man, that's not good. That's what happens to a team that can't get going forward. You put yourself in bad holes like that, and it's really tough to recover.
1st and 18,
Pump and
hard
go.
pump fake. And McElroy gets bulldozed. Boy, he just did not develop too much pressure, and he's sacked back at the 10 for a loss of 2. Trey Wilson with his 3rd sack of the year.
Yeah, Cam Pruitt, they do a pump and go, and Cam Pruitt becomes wide open. But when you can't contain Wilson, that's why it's been working so much faster. If you can get it out early, get that little 3 or 4 yard out pattern. When you got to set back there and do a double move, it's just too much time for Wilson to get to
And
it.
it's hard to believe that Wilson, as big as he is, 6'4", 210, he was the quarterback last year on the freshman team. Reverse out, McElroy from his own end zone, throwing a dangerous pass across his body. And again, I think going to Fuller, it goes incomplete at around the 15-yard line. That's dangerous.
Yeah. Again, Isaiah Ellis right there putting the pressure on him, chasing him down. He knew he didn't have a chance. He had to get rid of it. His man was open. He just couldn't get it there.
3rd and 21 now for Wylie from their own 10. One thing you can't do here is turn it over. This might be a nice place for a draw or a screen or something of that nature. But they're going to cover it with 8. There's the draw. Not close to a first. Picks up at least 6. And it'll be punt time now for the Wylie Pirates as DJ McClendon tried to find some room but couldn't.
Gets them out of their end zone at least. So you're not deep in the end zone trying to punt this thing, but this should set up real well for the Patriots. They should get some good field position out of this one.
A.J. Harris back deep to receive from Andrew Cunningham, who will receive this at his own 2-yard line. Had a good punt late in the first half. Lands, and here's Harris looking for a block, forced to the sideline. 7-yard return, decent punt that time.
Really was nice. I mean, and it took a great bounce. Harris was just there to scoop it up.
38 yards on the punt, 7 on the return. And Lakeview Centennial will get it back, 4:18 to go in this third quarter. Lakeview again 35, Wylie 14. Both of these two teams were supposed to make the playoffs beginning this week. A win would get them close. You had a 3-way tie for second with Saxe, Garland, and Naaman Forest going into the week. From the plus 45-yard line. Rolling out Hero to the sideline and too tall. Didn't have his feet set. Cameron Jones leaped. Not even close.
Yeah, it just seems like Austin Rhymes just keeps getting free off of that end. Watch him getting through there, and he just keeps putting that pressure. And Hero knows it's coming. That's why he can't set his feet and throw the ball.
You know, and Wylie, a team that came in with just 5 sacks on the year as a team. And again, they've had a hard time getting to Hero. And they had given up 3 more sacks. This is a bad snap. And it's covered up by Dustin, but they will end up losing close to 20 yards on that. 18 to be exact.
Yeah, that's kind of what happened to them last week. They came out of that second half and they were just kind of flat. And I know that coaching all week was like, hey, this second half, it's got to be strong. But so far, they've had a couple of mistakes, and it's just making them go backwards here.
3rd and 29, and nickel defense, as you would expect here. Actually, dime defense, and a flag at the snap. Boy, this has been a flag
False
fest.
start. Offense, number 12. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
5-yard penalty against Lakeview Centennial.
So back it up 5 more. 34 needed.
Yeah, 34. Wow.
You probably wouldn't do it in this case, but I've seen coaches line up, back the quarterback up, and punt from here. Go with that quick kick, but instead they'll give it to Dustin. Gets the edge, but he's taken down on a solo tackle by Okoye, the safety. They run for 11, and that was a great open field tackle.
Yeah, just a simple play. They didn't want to do anything dangerous to get him backing up any further. Give it to Dustin out there. Let him go. Good tackle. They got to go into punt formation.
So a rare punt now for Luis Rivera. After Lakeview Centennial fumbled on their opening drive inside the 5.
What a great punt.
Boy, it is a great punt. They'll let it go. Pruitt does not want anything to do with it, and it goes all the way down to the 6.
And that's how you do it right there. That little rugby kick is something else because you can direct it. You don't just boot it straight up in the air. You put it out there and let it roll.
44 yards on the boot.
I think I'm going to try to design a defense to go ahead and stop that rugby kick. I think I'm going to rush wide from the outside or something. Don't let him run out there to punt that thing. Keep him in the middle of the field.
Becomes such a part of the game the last probably 5 or 10 years. But when it goes disaster, it's ugly, isn't it?
It can, because they're running, and sometimes they'll catch that on their shin when they punt it, and it goes straight out of bounds. But you get somebody really good at it. I think we saw UT is one that really kind of started that thing a couple of years back.
1st and 10, they keep it on the ground. The Wylie Pirates with the ball. And William Perry, tackled by Calais, the defensive tackle.
Calais coming in from the defensive tackle spot. Just, again, we keep seeing him just chase people out of there. That's the third time we've seen him catch somebody out there by the numbers. That's a big guy coming down the line and catching people.
Yeah, big space eater, too. Run stopper. He's strong, and as big as he is, I'm surprised he's that quick. 2nd and 6. Nice cutback from Perry, who paid the price. Getting a first down, picks up 7.
Well, that's a big hit right there. I think Nwuso comes in there and just lays the wood.
Nice block on the lead. You know, Perry, a guy that's speedy, dual sport athlete, track star.
Getting that big Matthew Shell, big 75, is really doing a great job in there.
On the out, it's juggled and caught by Fuller. His 3rd catch tonight,
still up.
And he's still going. Into Lakeview Centennial territory and picks up 40 yards before A.J. Harris can finally bring him down.
Wow, I mean, what a play. The ball gets tipped. You can see right here, it gets tipped here. Oh, my goodness, what concentration. Reaches out there and grabs it with one hand, breaks a couple of tackles here. Outstanding.
1st and 10 for the Pirates. Biggest play since the early goings for this Wylie Pirate Ball Club, who just couldn't get hardly anything going. They got the 57-yard touchdown pass from McElroy to Pruitt late 2nd quarter, and that really is a big one. On the ground to Perry.
Ball's out.
He has fumbled the ball. It's picked up in the secondary by A.J. Harris. And Harris and the Patriots have it back.
Oh, you couldn't ask for anything worse to happen right there for the Pirates. I mean, you're running down the field. You're having the things work out the way you want it to work out. Boom. I mean, just some hard hitting right there. The ball comes flying out and just winds up in Harris's hands. I mean, boy, that is just a killer for the Pirates.
Oh, absolute killer turnover right there. We saw an interception in the first half. And this fumble probably as bad and as painful as that one. Again, triple option going to Dunston, one of their 3 running backs. Picks up 3 up to the 41. Scott brought him down.
We haven't seen Wheaton go back in since he fumbled that ball at the goal line and maybe got a little dinged up on his shoulder. He doesn't even have his helmet on. He's sitting out down on the bench down there by himself.
Well, they've got the 3-touchdown lead here. And
That's right.
Nearing the end of this 3rd quarter. And so Lakeview Centennial set up for this game, but you worry about the future for the Patriots. 35-14 at the end of 3 on GRS-TV.
I can't vote yet.
But you can.
Exercise your right to vote in the upcoming election.
Early voting is October 13th through October 30th.
Election day is November 3rd.
Remember that Garland ISD has a tax rate election on the ballot.
It will be the last item.
So remember to vote all the way to the end.
Visit www.garlandisdtre.com to learn more about our tax rate election.
We go to the 4th. It's 35-14 in favor of Lakeview Centennial.
What a quick quarter that was.
That was a quick one. I couldn't believe how fast it went by. A fun quarter.
Yeah, I mean, we saw some crazy thing get all the way down to the 1-yard line and fumbled by the star Wheaton.
There's the ball on the ground again. Dropped by Dustin. He's able to pick it back up and wanted some yards. Lost 2.
I mean, you'd think it's raining out there.
That's true.
And Wylie comes out and they get a great pass and run all the way down to the 40, and then they fumble it again. And now the ball's back out again. I mean, see who can hold on to the ball longest. Maybe win this game.
And I think his own quarterback might have mishandled the handoff there, and as Dustin was trying to grab onto it with both arms, the ball comes out. 3rd and long here. Hero looking underneath, pressured on the cross. Oh, man. Dustin got blown up. What a hit by Carter, the outside linebacker.
Well, that ball just hung out there in the air just a little while, but hey, what a catch. Who wins that one? Do you give it to Dustin, or do you give it to the linebacker coming out there and making a crunch? I mean, if you hold on to the ball, do you win that battle?
I don't know if anybody won that battle right there. He got 7 on just a little dump underneath, but man, did he pay a price. Ethan Carter, the senior tackle, had the 4th most stops coming in. This is a 2-year starter, converted safety, now playing linebacker, a 2-sport athlete, and man, what a hit. Wylie's going to get it back, and with decent field position after a short kick of just 23 yards.
I know if I was a receiver and I held on to that ball after that hit, I'd come up talking trash, you know. I'm like, hey, I took a hit, but I've held on to the ball. But then if the guy hit him and did that to you, that guy could get up and say, hey, you know, look what happened to you, though, right? I don't know, man. That's a great play by both sides.
You know, that's a play that when that guy's 60 years old, he'll remember that hit. I promise you.
He probably won't tell his kids about
it. During the kick, number 10. 10 yards from the dead ball spot. 1st down.
Another penalty. I'm shocked. You know, the thing is, you know, we've mentioned the number of penalties that we've seen already in the last 6 or 7 drives, and they just keep coming.
Yeah, and really the first quarter, maybe quarter and a half, almost into the 2nd quarter, very late, it was a clean game. There was very little turnovers, very little penalties, but this 3rd quarter into the 4th has just really slowed it down.
DJ McClendon right next to Marcus McElroy. Clendon gets the call, and not much room. He's
Ball's out.
The ball ripped out. I think he was down. The running back, DJ McClendon, lost it, but I think he had already been blown dead. Lost 2. But a great job by Lakeview Centennial to play through the echo of the whistle.
Yeah, Brown again. I mean, there's not going to happen much in there. I mean, you see Brown just getting a hold of him and just going after that ball. Just strong.
Well, anytime you see a tackle come in, you've only played 2 or 3 games, you've got 10 stops, you're active in the middle.
You are. And that's not going to win you this game. I think McElroy's going to have to put the ball in the air. You only got 9 minutes left. You've got to go ahead and spread this thing around.
2nd and 12. Big pressure. McElroy goes down. Another sack for the Patriots. This time a loss of 10. Trey Wilson with his 2nd sack of the game.
He's just so big and relentless. Look at that, just getting around that edge. And when he got moving, it showed his speed right there. Woo!
Boy, Trey Wilson, again, we mentioned a quarterback of the freshman team last year, 2-way player, basketball star, plays tight end. This guy's an athlete, 6'4", 210. You get length at the end spot, you've got something.
And he's still so young.
Yes. 3rd and forever here. They ran a draw last time in this situation. Won't do it here. Reverse out. McElroy's going to use his arm. Single coverage with a chance. Oh, it's incomplete and no flag. Pruitt wanted one. Wright was there. Looked like he had his arm, but no penalty flag.
Well, Wright does the right thing, is trying to tackle him, because if he catches that, that's a big play. You might as well just give up 10 instead of 6. Boy, he threw that ball a long ways, and it's right on. Oh, yeah, that's a close one.
That usually goes to the receiver there, doesn't it?
Yeah, I would think so. I think they got away with one right there.
I do too. A.J. Harris is back deep to receive. Cunningham's got to punt this one 2 yards deep out of his own end zone. 8:50 to go in the game.
You know, I wish the professional referees would ref like high school refs, because, you know, they don't.
Harris gets to the outside. They lose contain. Yanked down by his jersey after a 17-yard return just outside the 30-yard line.
I mean, the referees in the pros are so ticky-tacky. Everybody is like, every time there's a pass, you don't know if it's going to be a pass interference or not. The high school level, they just kind of let them play.
Yeah, and it seems like at the upper levels, nice tackle by the Jersey, good finger strength shown by Adamson there on that special teams play. And it's almost like, Bobby, the fans sometimes sell it with the crowd noise, and then you see the flag come out.
It's just so, you never know. In high school, they let them play it out. I mean, they didn't call a pass interference right there.
1st and 10. This is Jack Dustin, who's gotten a lot of carries and a lot of experience here in the second half with Kamar Wheaton on the shelf here with the injury. Picks up 5.
Look at Smallwood right here, just getting a pancake block out there. I mean, we always following the ball and watching the guys run it, but boy, big number 65. If you see that, you just watch him down here on the offensive line and just see how these guys are moving around and hitting people.
6'3", 315. Now he's pulling here. And Dustin going behind on a power play, picks up 2. But if you watch Smallwood on that last play, number 65, showing some quickness at 315 pounds. Kerr, the linebacker, on the stop. Watch 65 here.
He's moving from right to left.
3rd and 3 needed for the Patriots.
Just a small guy, you know.
Yeah, 315, dime a dozen.
Look at the size of those guys.
Triple option, Dustin, nice move. He could go 25 yards and the touchdown.
Yeah, the sophomore getting to the end zone, making a great move. Why not get behind these big old dudes, man? Look at these guys, 51. They just clearing people out, creating a huge lane.
We've been bragging on the depth of Lakeview Centennial's running backs, and Jack Dustin, the sophomore, 170-pound tailback, has the point after on the way and good for Luis Rivera. He's been perfect tonight. And with 7:20 to go in this 4th quarter, it's Lakeview Centennial 42 and Wylie 14 on GRS-TV.
Come on in. Guys, we're all on the same team. Team Garland ISD. Now, are you ready to go vote? There you go. Everyone knows to complete the whole ballot, right? Okay, let's go. Remember, voting is a team effort. Voting. So easy, even a mascot can do it.
Dustin picking up the touchdown. Jack Dustin, the sophomore running back, extending the Lakeview Centennial lead to 42-14. And it's taking it around the 15-yard line, across the 40. And Michael Kerr with the return there. Derek McClendon, I should say, on the return. It'll be 1st and 10 Pirates, 7:11 to go in the game as the Wylie Pirates again came in 0-3. Lakeview Centennial trying to add to their 2-1 record, their 1-1 district record, and they'll do that barring a major miracle here.
Wylie's had some success throwing the ball here. It's just, that last possession, I think they had whipped so far backwards. I think they had like 40 yards to get a first down. So, you have penalty and penalty and penalty. It really sets you back, and then you fumble the ball. So I think they've got some success. They got to just try to build on it.
Marcus McElroy finding Cameron Pruitt on the hitch. And pulled down there by the linebacker Armstrong. Pickup of 8.
He got a pretty good arm right there. He gets it out there pretty quick.
He's shown a good arm, this Marcus McElroy, the senior. He's got an arm to play at the next level for sure. Just 6'1". But I guarantee you there's a Lone Star Conference team or two that would love to have him, I'm sure, if he's not going to the upper levels here. power play, and boy, that was a power tackle. What a stop there. It's big 90. I wanna the defensive end and Brown.
I want to tackle you is what he said.
Now, that was a hard smash. No gain.
A big 56 there too. I mean, that's a group right there.
DJ McClendon going to be bruised in the morning. 3rd and 3. McElroy going to pick it up with his feet. Gets an extra 2 or 3 with a move. Picks up 7.
Watch this block by number 2. McClendon just through there. Lead blocking here. Watch him lead. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Watch him connect right here. Boom.
Put him on his backside.
I mean, I tell you, that's going to be on the huddle.
Yes, it will. They will be oohing and awing over that in the morning. Wylie not through. McElroy to the sideline, finds his man.
Wow, that's great patience right there.
It's
he checks
patience.
down 3 players. He goes down 3 receivers, checks to the left, checks to the middle, and then finds his guy out there on the sideline.
Found Seth Kramer, 2-year starter here on varsity. Just knows how to get open. 4th catch tonight for Kramer. 2nd down and 8. Short gain there for Wylie. We go inside of 5 minutes. This District 9 6A battle. Standard nickel defense now.
Up and go.
Again. Here's Kramer again with a chance. He's got it. Makes the catch with Tucker hanging all over him. What a grab.
Well, you have
29 yards.
You have that man-to-man going. You see bump it, and it looked like he ran about a 5-yard stop, turned around and completely looked back at the quarterback and then took off running.
What a catch for Kramer, the junior. This Wylie team getting better each week. Remember, they didn't have McElroy the first 2 games.
It was really bad when they didn't have him. I mean, he shows what he can bring to this team. I mean, that's a beautiful pump-and-go pass.
Rolling out left, avoiding the pressure, but not this time. Adame, the second guy to get there, comes up with his first sack of the year, drops him for a 7-yard loss.
He's playing that outside linebacker, and he sees him come to that side. He's like, okay, I'm coming after you now. Wilson comes in there, gives him a lot of pressure up there. You got to throw over a guy like Wilson, and that's pretty tough. So you're going to have to come back down, try to run it a little bit, and boom, all of a sudden you got linebackers flying at your face. That's a good defensive stance there.
2nd sack in 8 plays for the Lakeview Centennial defense, and they show blitz here on 2nd and goal. The fade in the end zone off the hands of Kramer, had a shot at it.
Defending for the Patriots, Brown.
I saw that mascot hat over there for Lee Corso in the morning.
They're picking on Tucker over here. They see the mismatch, and well, it was a nice throw, nice try right there, just outside of his grasp.
Well, Kramer, with a knack for getting open, had the space there at the end. Now 3rd and goal. Has time, steps up, and McElroy brought down on 3rd and goal, picks up 3, and I'm sure that the Pirates will keep the offense out.
Daniel Adame, along with Kamani Gary on the tackle.
Yeah, I mean, that front 4 is just so hard to block that these linemen aren't able to go downfield and block any linebackers. They're all having to use all their guys just to block the linemen here.
Looked like the end was offsides. A flag is thrown again.
Woo!
It's up for grabs, and Kramer's got it this time for the Wylie Pirate touchdown. This time, Xavion Wright tried to get positioning, and Kramer plucked it off the top of it.
Offsides in the defense. That penalty's decline resulted the play as a touchdown.
10-yard touchdown pass.
Yeah, that's hard to stop right there. He just puts it up so nice, just floats it out there and just lets you do a little jump ball. That's hard to stop.
Boy, Kramer came in with 9 grabs. That's his 2nd touchdown catch of the year. Low snap and a nice adjustment, a really good hold, and Cunningham puts it through. And 2:59 to go in the fourth quarter. Lakeview with a 42-21 advantage over the Wylie Pirates on GRS-TV.
Hey, it's Rick Lopez, your proud superintendent of Garland ISD. GISD is once again leading the state and the nation with our tax rate election that will be on ballots this November. If approved, GISD's TRE would lower the property rate by nearly 5 cents. The district would also receive an additional $42 million annually, which we need to sustain our award-winning academics, athletics, fine arts, and much more. Election Day is Tuesday, November 3rd, and early voting begins Tuesday, October 13th. Visit GarlandISDTRE.com to view more facts and to find your polling location.
How about the 10-yard touchdown pass from McElroy to Kramer, getting Wylie back on the scoreboard here with 2:59 to go in the game. A 7-play drive, 53 yards, cutting the lead to 21.
That's all you can ask for. You know, and the possession before that, they did pretty good. They just ended up fumbling the ball away.
Onside here. They're going to go for it,
He
and
gets
the Pirates
it.
have it. The Pirates have come up with the onside kick. Cunningham, the kicker, I believe, was able to slide on it.
Might be a flag on the field. Maybe they were offsides. Oh, that would be tough.
Well, it's fitting that this officiating crew would throw another flag.
What a perfectly executed onside. He kicks it, follows the ball all the way in, and then grabs it, falls down with it.
Offsides.
Yep.
On the kicking team, 5-yard penalty and a re-kick.
So we'll have to back it up. And you watch this. Look at the guys in front of him almost creating a shield.
Oh, yeah, that's executed perfect.
Re-kick from the 35.
Now, you can go, if you're the Patriots, you can get the ball before it goes 10 yards. You can go up there and jump on it at 6 or 7 yards. It doesn't matter. Just Wylie can't touch it before 10 yards. So, you know, you go get that thing. Don't wait on it.
I see the Whirlybird helicopter on site. Hasn't made it down to the high schools yet. Kangaroo kick. It lands. It's a live ball. It's muffed and then covered up by the Patriots at the 36-yard line. Ball ended up being covered up by Kalen Montgomery.
Covered by Kalen Montgomery.
Their kicker, Cunningham's pretty good. He can boot that ball, and he's got all kinds of little tricks under his sleeve.
Yeah, you and I were talking during the break about Wylie may be down 42-21, but Pirates, they've got some guys at the skill position, and you see that Lakeview Centennial and Kendall Miller just trying to get personnel together for the final possession. We'll see who goes out there.
They got one first down, and this game will be over. But yeah, they're bringing a lot of their offensive line is switched up a little bit here.
Yeah, Kamani Gary, one of the running backs here for Lakeview Centennial. He's going to get the call. Gary forced inside, but still picks up 4.
Gary on the carry.
I would have thought we would have seen that a little earlier. You know, bring in some of these guys.
Yeah.
Maybe around 6-7 minute mark, but that was a long Wylie drive and wasn't allowing them to get out there on the field.
And the real big question for the Patriots is, how's Kamar Wheaton? Remember, he had the ankle earlier this year, and we haven't seen him here in the second half.
No, after he hit that at that wall right there at the 2-yard line, he hasn't come back in.
No. 2nd and 6. Little read option. Quarterback keeps it this time. Only picking up a couple.
Yeah, Kendall Miller would probably call him over there and say, hey, I don't want you running that ball anymore.
Yeah. Coach Miller may have a little veto power here if they call another read option.
Yeah. Say, I don't care what you do. You hand that thing off.
1:45 to go. Lakeview Centennial with the win will go to 3-1 overall, 2-1 in district competition. Remember, we had a three-way tie for second place coming into the week. On 3rd and 4, this time a straight give to Kamani Gary. And Gary picks up the first down in a gain of 8.
And that will be it right there. They could go into victory formation. We'll see. They might just let the guys play a little bit.
But what a game here for Lakeview Centennial. They ended up coming out and just pedal to the metal offensively. It was a terrific way to finish the first half. It was 35-14 at the half, and Kamar Wheaton had 3 touchdown runs in that first half.
Yeah, he had his way.
He did.
Not only did he have the 3 touchdown runs, he had one that was about 65 yards that set up another touchdown. But boy, that offensive line was really clearing some lanes and making it open up for them to run the ball.
And they've got a big line. You mentioned it. Oyatade, the center, at 285. The guards, Campbell and Smallwood, averaging over 300 pounds. Campbell, a junior, 290. Smallwood, the senior, 315. And the tackles are the small ones at 260.
Yeah, it's big. And then you got that big defensive line. That there's something to be reckoned with here. You got Hero throwing the ball as good as he is in these last couple of games. They've got something.
Nice win for Lakeview Centennial. They come out and they earn it. 35 points put up the first 2 quarters to improve the Patriots record to 3-1 and 2-1 in district competition. Meanwhile, the Pirates still in search for their first 2020 victory. They fall to 0-4 and 0-2 in district competition. It was a fun game and a game that will be utilized to make both of these 2 teams better. Lakeview Centennial got better tonight, and they certainly did a much better job in the 3rd and 4th quarter from a defensive standpoint, and Kendall Miller has to be pleased.
Hey, happy Halloween, guys.
That's going to do it. We thank you so much for tuning in tonight. The final score, it's Lakeview Centennial 42 and Wylie 21. For Bobby George and the entire GRS-TV crew, my name is Scott Garner. Good evening, everyone, from Garland, Texas.